Have you ever wondered what really changes for women after the age of 50? Not just emotionally, but physically and socially. Most people never talk about it openly, but it's one of the most important conversations we can have, especially when it comes to long-term health and relationships. I'm Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, and today we're going to bring some clarity to a topic that often stays behind closed doors. For many men, this stage of life can feel confusing. Your partner might seem different, less expressive, or even distant, and it's easy to take it personally. But in reality, a lot of what's happening is biological. Women's bodies go through major transitions after 50, hormonal shifts, changes in energy levels, sleep patterns, and emotional well-being, all of which can affect the way they connect with you. Understanding these changes is the key to supporting both your partner's health and your relationship. Men often face their own set of challenges during this time. Energy dips, slower recovery after workouts, increased stress, and a tendency to ignore regular check-ups are all common. This is exactly why it's so important to focus on a healthy lifestyle, not just for yourself, but for the well-being of your relationship too. Regular strength training, balanced nutrition with adequate protein, staying hydrated, and making quality sleep a priority can dramatically improve how you feel day to day. This conversation isn't about blame or pressure. It's about awareness, compassion, and taking simple steps that bring you and your partner closer. By understanding what's really going on, you'll not only improve your health, but you'll also build a deeper bond built on trust and support. As women move past the age of 50, their bodies begin to experience changes that are both profound and deeply personal. One of the most significant shifts is hormonal. Levels of estrogen and progesterone start to decline, leading to a ripple effect that touches nearly every part of daily life. These changes don't just happen overnight, they unfold gradually, and because they're not often discussed openly, many women navigate them silently. The impact of these hormonal transitions can show up in subtle ways at first. Changes in mood, variations in energy levels, differences in how they relate to their partners. And over time, these shifts can influence emotional closeness and communication within relationships. When partners are unaware of what's happening beneath the surface, misunderstandings can build, sometimes making what is actually a natural transition feel like an emotional distance. For many women, hormonal changes bring about fluctuations in mood that can feel unpredictable. What was once a stable emotional baseline may begin to shift. They may find themselves more sensitive to stress, more easily frustrated, or occasionally withdrawn. It's not that their feelings for their partner have changed. Rather, their internal environment is going through a transformation that influences how they process emotions. Estrogen, for example, plays a role in regulating mood and cognitive function, so when its levels dip, it can contribute to feelings of irritability, sadness, or even anxiety. These emotional changes can sometimes be mistaken for disinterest or disengagement by their partners, especially if communication about these experiences is limited. Another key factor is the physical side of hormonal transitions. Hot flashes, night sweats, disrupted sleep, and fatigue can all leave women feeling less rested and more overwhelmed. Sleep disruption alone has a powerful impact on mood and communication. A woman who isn't sleeping well may not have the same patience or emotional bandwidth to engage in deep conversations or respond to her partner in the same way she once did. Over time, this can create a sense of emotional distance, even though the underlying issue is physiological rather than relational. These changes aren't a sign of weakness. They are signs that the body is adjusting to a new phase of life. Communication patterns may also shift during this time. Some women, unsure of how to articulate what they're feeling, might retreat into themselves. Others may express their frustrations more openly, sometimes in ways that surprise their partners. When these changes aren't understood in their proper context, it's easy for couples to misinterpret each other's actions. A partner might assume that emotional withdrawal means disinterest, when in reality it may be exhaustion or discomfort. Conversely, a partner might perceive increased sensitivity as criticism, when it may actually be a reflection of hormonal fluctuations that are affecting mood regulation. Emotionally, this period of transition can also bring about a process of self-reflection. Many women begin to reassess their sense of identity as they move into a stage of life that society doesn't always celebrate as openly. Cultural messages often glorify youth, leaving women over 50 to quietly question their roles, their value, and their sense of self. This can lead to emotional vulnerability that isn't always easy to express. Some women may feel a renewed sense of confidence and clarity, while others may struggle with feelings of invisibility or uncertainty. These emotional undercurrents can shape how they communicate and connect with their partners, sometimes in ways that even they don't fully understand. Another layer to this is the social expectation that women should gracefully navigate these changes without complaint. Many women have spent their lives caring for others, prioritizing family and work responsibilities, often at the expense of their own emotional needs. When hormonal shifts bring new challenges, they may hesitate to speak up, fearing they'll be misunderstood or dismissed. This silence can create gaps in communication, which, if left unaddressed, can grow over time. Partners who notice changes but don't have the language or awareness to address them may unintentionally respond with confusion or frustration, which can widen the emotional gap. In reality, the key to navigating this transition lies in awareness and empathy. When both partners understand that hormonal and emotional shifts are a natural part of this stage of life, it becomes easier to approach these changes with patience rather than misunderstanding. Small gestures of understanding, listening without judgment, creating space for honest conversations, and acknowledging that these changes are real can make a significant difference. Instead of interpreting mood changes or emotional distance as personal rejection, partners can recognize them as signs that support and compassion are needed. This period can also bring opportunities for deeper emotional connection. As women become more reflective about their lives, they often crave authenticity in their relationships. They may want to be seen and understood on a deeper level than ever before. If both partners approach this phase with openness, it can lead to conversations that strengthen emotional bonds and bring renewed intimacy built on trust and mutual understanding. Recognizing that these shifts are not a sign of disconnection, but a natural part of life's journey, can help couples move through this time with grace. The hormonal and emotional transitions women experience after 50 are not temporary inconveniences. They are fundamental changes that reshape how they feel, think, and communicate. By acknowledging these shifts and understanding their impact, partners can build stronger emotional connections rather than drifting apart. Open communication, empathy, and a willingness to learn can transform what might feel like a confusing time into a shared journey of growth. When these changes are met with compassion, relationships often emerge stronger, more honest, and more resilient than before. When men reach their 50s, they often find themselves facing a set of health challenges that can be both physical and psychological, sometimes without fully realizing how deeply these changes affect their relationships. Just as women experience hormonal shifts, men go through their own transitions. Testosterone levels tend to decline gradually with age, leading to changes in energy, strength, mood, and motivation. Unlike women's changes, which often happen more rapidly, men's shifts can be subtle and drawn out, which can make them harder to recognize at first. But over time, these changes can have a real impact on how men feel about themselves and how they engage with their partners. It's not uncommon for men to dismiss these signs as simply getting older, but doing so can prevent them from addressing underlying health issues that, if managed well, can greatly improve their quality of life. One of the most common challenges men face during this period is a decline in physical energy. Tasks that once felt effortless may start to feel more tiring. Recovery from exercise takes longer, and everyday responsibilities can feel heavier. This isn't just about fitness, it's about how the body responds to daily life. As metabolism slows and muscle mass naturally decreases, maintaining the same level of physical vitality requires more conscious effort. For men who have spent their lives focusing on work or family and have not prioritized their own health, this can feel like an unexpected setback. The shift can affect not only their physical stamina, but also their sense of confidence and identity, which in turn can influence how they interact with their partners. Another layer to this is the psychological impact. Men often feel a sense of responsibility to remain strong and dependable, but as their bodies change, they may experience frustration, irritability, or even quiet self-doubt. These feelings can manifest in subtle ways: shorter tempers, less patience, or withdrawing from conversations without fully realizing why. When men don't acknowledge or discuss these changes, it can create an emotional distance in relationships. Their partners might notice changes in behavior, but not understand the root cause, leading to misunderstandings on both sides. Recognizing that these feelings are tied to real physiological changes can help men and their partners respond with compassion instead of frustration. Sleep patterns also tend to shift with age, and this can exacerbate many of the challenges men face. Sleep disturbances, whether from stress, lifestyle factors, or hormonal changes, can lead to chronic fatigue. Lack of quality sleep has a direct impact on mood, focus, and resilience. Men who aren't sleeping well may find it harder to stay engaged in conversations, make thoughtful decisions, or maintain emotional steadiness. Over time, this can subtly affect the way they connect with their partners, sometimes making them appear distant or disengaged when the reality is that they are simply exhausted. Another important challenge is stress management. Many men in their 50s are still balancing demanding careers, financial responsibilities, and family dynamics. They may be supporting older children while also caring for aging parents, all while trying to navigate their own changing health. The accumulation of these responsibilities can lead to chronic stress, which affects not only mental well-being but also physical health, including cardiovascular health and hormonal balance. When stress builds without effective outlets, it can contribute to burnout, irritability, and decreased motivation. In relationships, this often shows up as a lack of enthusiasm, reduced communication, or a general sense of being emotionally unavailable. Men's health in this stage of life is also influenced by how proactive they are in seeking medical care. Many men avoid regular check-ups or downplay symptoms, often out of habit or a belief that they can handle issues on their own. However, early detection and management of health conditions like high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, diabetes, or sleep apnea can make a significant difference. Ignoring these issues not only impacts personal health, but also affects the emotional climate of a relationship. When men take their health seriously, they are better equipped to stay active, engaged, and emotionally present for their partners. Psychologically, men may also wrestle with shifting perceptions of themselves. For decades, they may have defined their sense of worth through productivity, physical ability, or their role as providers. As these aspects change, some men struggle to adjust to a new sense of identity. They might feel uncertain about their place in their relationships or within society. These internal shifts can lead to quiet withdrawal or moments of self-questioning that are difficult to articulate. For partners, understanding that these changes are not necessarily personal, but part of a broader life transition, can help maintain patience and empathy. Lifestyle choices also play a critical role during this time. Many men, after years of busy routines, may not have consistently prioritized exercise or balanced nutrition. As the body changes, these habits matter more than ever. Lack of movement can accelerate the loss of muscle mass and strength, while poor dietary choices can contribute to weight gain, fatigue, and reduced vitality. On the other hand, men who make deliberate lifestyle changes, such as incorporating regular strength training, focusing on nutrient-rich foods, and maintaining hydration, often experience noticeable improvements in energy, mood, and confidence. These changes not only benefit personal health, but also enhance emotional availability and engagement in relationships. Another important element is communication. Many men grow up in cultures where discussing personal health or emotions is not encouraged. As a result, when they face physical or emotional challenges, they may keep them to themselves. But silence can lead to misunderstandings, leaving partners unsure of what's happening. Learning to communicate openly about health, energy levels, and emotional experiences can transform the way couples navigate this stage together. When men feel safe to express what they're going through, it opens the door for support and shared problem solving rather than silent frustration. Ultimately, the health challenges men face after 50 are not insurmountable. They are part of a natural phase of life that, when approached with awareness and responsibility, can lead to a richer, more balanced way of living. By paying attention to their bodies, addressing stress, maintaining strong lifestyle habits, and fostering open communication, men can navigate this period with strength and clarity. These efforts not only improve personal well-being, but also deepen the bond with their partners, allowing both individuals to grow together in a way that strengthens the foundation of their relationship. A healthy lifestyle becomes even more important after the age of 50 because it directly influences how both men and women experience energy, mood, confidence, and emotional well-being. This stage of life can bring unique physical and emotional challenges, but it also offers an opportunity to build habits that can profoundly improve overall quality of life. What many people don't realize is that even small, consistent choices can create a powerful ripple effect, leading to better physical health, sharper mental clarity, and stronger emotional resilience. These improvements don't just benefit individuals, they also strengthen relationships, making it easier for couples to stay connected and engaged with each other. One of the most impactful lifestyle changes is maintaining regular physical activity. As the body ages, muscle mass naturally declines, metabolism slows, and joints may feel stiffer. These changes can lead to lower energy levels and a general sense of fatigue if not actively addressed. Regular exercise, particularly strength training, becomes essential. It helps preserve lean muscle mass, supports healthy metabolism, improves balance, and increases stamina. Activities like brisk walking, resistance exercises, yoga, or swimming not only strengthen the body, but also release endorphins, which are natural mood enhancers. When people incorporate movement into their routines, they often report feeling more alert, confident, and emotionally balanced. Nutrition plays a central role in sustaining vitality during this stage of life. Many people over 50 fall into patterns of convenience eating, choosing processed foods, skipping balanced meals, or relying too heavily on sugar or caffeine for quick energy boosts. Over time, these habits can contribute to weight gain, unstable blood sugar, and low energy. A focus on nutrient-dense foods, lean proteins, colorful vegetables, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates can stabilize energy throughout the day and support long-term health. Adequate protein intake is especially important as it supports muscle maintenance, hormone production, and overall recovery. Proper hydration is another often overlooked factor. As people age, their sense of thirst can diminish, leading to chronic mild dehydration, which contributes to fatigue, headaches, and decreased mental clarity. Simply drinking more water consistently can have a surprisingly positive impact on overall well-being. Sleep is another cornerstone of a healthy lifestyle. Unfortunately, many individuals over 50 struggle with disrupted sleep patterns due to hormonal changes, stress, or lifestyle factors. Lack of quality sleep affects almost every aspect of health. It impairs memory, lowers mood stability, increases stress hormones, and diminishes physical recovery. Creating a consistent sleep routine, reducing screen time before bed, keeping the sleeping environment cool and quiet, and avoiding heavy meals or caffeine late in the day can all support more restful sleep. Better sleep leads to more balanced moods, sharper thinking, and a stronger ability to handle daily challenges. Emotional health is equally important, and it's closely linked to physical well-being. Regular exercise and proper nutrition naturally support brain health, but intentional stress management practices can take this a step further. After 50, many individuals face increased life pressures, career transitions, caregiving responsibilities, or reflections on personal goals. Chronic stress can quietly wear down both the mind and the body. Incorporating relaxation techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or mindful walks can help calm the nervous system. Hobbies, creative activities, and meaningful social interactions also play a powerful role in maintaining emotional balance. Engaging in activities that bring joy or purpose can lift mood and create a sense of fulfillment that extends into relationships. Confidence is often renewed through lifestyle changes. When individuals see positive shifts in their energy levels, physical strength, or overall health, they often feel more in control of their lives. This renewed sense of vitality can change how they carry themselves, interact with others, and engage with their partners. It's not about striving for perfection, but about reclaiming a sense of being in self, assurance that might have faded over time. Confidence is contagious. When one partner feels strong and vibrant, it often inspires the other to adopt healthier habits as well. This shared journey toward wellness can deepen emotional bonds and create a sense of teamwork in a relationship. Social connection is another element that influences health more than many people realize. Loneliness and isolation can increase with age, especially if social circles shrink or routines become repetitive. Making time for meaningful relationships, whether through friends, family, community groups, or shared activities, supports emotional well-being and reduces the risk of depression or anxiety. Humans thrive on connection, and when individuals feel supported and understood by their communities, they often experience lower stress and greater resilience. This emotional stability strengthens personal relationships, creating a sense of partnership rather than isolation. Adopting healthier habits can also help prevent or manage chronic health conditions that often emerge after 50, such as heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and joint issues. Regular movement supports cardiovascular health and circulation, while balanced nutrition can stabilize blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Sleep and stress management reduce inflammation and support immune function. These benefits accumulate over time, making it easier to stay active, engaged, and mentally sharp well into later years. By addressing these areas proactively, individuals can often avoid the cascading effects of untreated health problems that might otherwise limit their independence and quality of life. Another often overlooked benefit of a healthy lifestyle is improved communication within relationships. When people feel better physically and emotionally, they're more likely to express themselves clearly, listen attentively, and approach conflicts with patience. Fatigue, stress, and poor health can make communication tense or reactive, but vitality brings openness and calm. Shared routines, like going for walks together, cooking healthy meals, or adopting new fitness goals, can also become opportunities for bonding. These experiences foster teamwork, shared accomplishments, and a sense of mutual support that enriches relationships. The journey toward a healthier lifestyle after 50 doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's less about making dramatic changes overnight and more about making small, consistent adjustments that add up over time. Choosing to move daily, eat with intention, rest well, manage stress, and stay socially connected can transform the way individuals experience this stage of life. It's about creating a strong foundation that supports physical vitality, emotional resilience, and mental clarity. These habits not only help individuals feel their best, but also allow them to bring their best selves to their relationships, strengthening bonds and creating a sense of shared growth. When healthy lifestyle habits are prioritized, the benefits go far beyond the individual. Energy, confidence, and emotional well-being radiate outward, improving every interaction and deepening connections with loved ones. It's a reminder that health is not just about avoiding illness. It's about creating a vibrant, engaged, and fulfilling life, one that allows people to thrive both independently and together. Open awareness and mutual support become the foundation for strong, lasting relationships, especially after the age of 50. This stage of life brings changes that are often unfamiliar, and when couples approach them with openness rather than silence, they create space for deeper understanding and emotional connection. Many couples grow distant, not because of a lack of love, but because they stop talking honestly about what they're feeling and experiencing. By choosing to face these changes together with patience and empathy, they can build a bond that is even stronger than before. Awareness begins with recognizing that both partners are undergoing their own transitions, physical, emotional, and psychological, and that these shifts affect the relationship as a whole. When this reality is acknowledged, it sets the stage for mutual growth instead of misunderstanding. One of the most powerful forms of support is simply being willing to listen without judgment. Often, people are quick to offer solutions or dismiss concerns, but what most partners truly need is to be heard and understood. When one person feels safe expressing what they're going through, whether it's fatigue, mood changes, insecurities, or personal reflections, it deepens trust. This kind of open communication allows couples to approach challenges as a team rather than as individuals dealing with separate struggles. For example, if one partner is experiencing hormonal shifts that affect their mood or energy, and the other responds with empathy rather than frustration, it diffuses tension and creates space for closeness. Mutual support also involves a willingness to learn. As bodies and emotions change, so does the dynamic between partners. Educating oneself about these changes can lead to greater patience and understanding. For instance, men who take time to learn about the hormonal transitions women experience after menopause are better equipped to respond with compassion rather than confusion. Similarly, women who understand the gradual hormonal and physical shifts men experience can avoid misinterpreting quietness or fatigue as disinterest. Knowledge removes unnecessary guesswork and helps partners see each other's experiences clearly rather than through the lens of assumptions. Empathy plays a key role in this process. Empathy goes beyond simply acknowledging that someone is going through something. It involves actively putting oneself in the other person's position and imagining how that might feel. As couples age, they face not only physical changes, but also shifts in identity roles and priorities. These transitions can bring vulnerability, and when empathy is present, it creates emotional safety. Emotional safety encourages honesty, and honesty strengthens bonds. It allows couples to express fears, insecurities, or hopes without fear of judgment or ridicule. Support also extends to shared lifestyle habits. Couples who intentionally work together to maintain healthy routines often find that their connection grows stronger. Exercising together, preparing healthy meals, going for walks, or setting shared wellness goals create opportunities for bonding. These shared activities reinforce the idea that they are on the same team, supporting each other's well-being. It's not just about physical health, it's about building shared experiences that strengthen emotional ties. When both partners invest in their health and, well, being together, they create a rhythm that benefits the relationship as a whole. Patience is another crucial component. Transitions during this stage of life can take time, and not every change is easy to adapt to. There may be moments of frustration, miscommunication, or misunderstanding. What matters is how these moments are handled. A patient approach allows couples to give each other space to adjust without unnecessary pressure. Instead of expecting instant solutions, they can focus on supporting each other through gradual changes. Patience signals trust. It communicates that both partners are committed to growing together, even when the path is uncertain. Encouragement also plays a powerful role. After 50, many individuals face self-doubt or question their place in life. Words of affirmation, small gestures of appreciation, and recognizing each other's efforts can make a significant difference. When one partner feels seen and valued, it boosts confidence and emotional security. Simple phrases like, "I appreciate how you're handling this," or "I'm proud of you," can create warmth and strengthen emotional bonds. Encouragement reminds both partners that they're not facing challenges alone. They have someone who believes in them. It's also important to understand that mutual support is a two-way street. Both partners need to be willing to give and receive support. Sometimes one partner may need more care, and at other times the roles may reverse. Flexibility in these roles keeps the relationship balanced. It's not about keeping score or expecting perfect equality in every moment. It's about recognizing when to step forward and when to lean on each other. This balance creates resilience within the relationship, allowing couples to adapt to changing circumstances without resentment. Open awareness means not avoiding uncomfortable topics. Many couples shy away from discussing changes in health, emotional needs, or shifting desires because they fear conflict or awkwardness. But avoidance often creates more distance. Honest conversations, approached with kindness, can bring clarity and relief. They allow couples to address small issues before they grow into larger misunderstandings. This openness can be as simple as checking in with each other regularly, asking how the other is feeling, or expressing personal reflections without blame. It's these small, consistent conversations that build trust over time. Finally, mutual support deepens emotional intimacy. As couples age, their connection evolves. While the early years of a relationship may be driven by novelty and excitement, later years often offer a different kind of intimacy, one built on shared experiences, trust, and mutual understanding. By approaching this stage of life with openness and support, couples can rediscover each other in new ways. They can share dreams for the future, reflect on the journey they've taken together, and create new chapters filled with understanding and companionship. When both partners commit to open awareness and mutual support, they build a relationship that can weather change with grace. They move beyond surface level interactions into a deeper partnership that values honesty, patience, empathy, and shared growth. This kind of relationship doesn't happen by chance. It's built through daily choices to listen, understand, encourage, and stand by each other. In doing so, couples can turn this stage of life into one of the most rewarding and connected periods they've ever experienced.